Ace Beauty Paradise collection in the mail, so let's talk about it. When Norvina came out with her palette, I was excited because it was purple. I love purple. But when they finally showed the inside of the palette, I wasn't really that into it. The bottom colors of her palette were just basically colors you could find in any other palette, and the top shimmers were just gold, rose gold. There was like one purple. I expected her palette to look more like this. These are just deeper, richer, sexier colors, and I know she got to design her palette how she wanted it to look like, but I mean, I saw purple, I expected to look like this. And the packaging, bright, colorful, floral, this is just right up my alley, and I love supporting indie brands. Next we have Classical Paradise. I don't own anything like this, and I haven't seen any palette like this. This just reminds me of fall and nature and trees and the forest. Like, you can do so many looks with this palette. Next we have Blossom Passion, this pink palette. Pink is not my favorite color, but even with this palette, I was like, oh my gosh, those pinks are so bright and vibrant. I wish this is what my Lime Crime Venus Extra Large palette looked like, because the reason I bought that was because I wanted to do a pink look, and I couldn't find a really good pink palette, so I got this. But I mean, those just look more like browns, and they're a little muted down. But then when you look at this palette, look how bright and vibrant those pinks are. Last but not least, Slice of Paradise. This is a colorful rainbow palette. That's all I use. All I use is colorful rainbow palettes, and this was kind of a no-brainer. When I saw this, I was like, okay, I'm definitely getting that palette. I was actually looking at buying the Violet Voss Flamingo palette, but there were a lot of reviews saying it was pretty chalky and it wouldn't show up on the lid at all. So I was like, okay, don't worry, something better will come along, and it did. I mean, look how vibrant and colorful these colors are. Okay, now with the entire collection, this is what I was expecting out of the Morphe Jaclyn Vault collab. I was ready to be blown away, especially with all the teasing of the swatches and the build-up and excitement. And then when she finally debuted them on her channel, I was kind of like, oh, okay. If these were Jaclyn's palettes, I would have bought them. And I want to support Beauty Guru's makeup collabs and makeup palettes, but I'm never like, oh my god, wow. 90% of the time, I'm just really underwhelmed. And I really thought I was set with my palettes. I feel like I found the last puzzle piece to my eyeshadow palette collection. Usually when I buy an eyeshadow palette, it's because I'm actively searching for it. Like, oh, I want to do a really bright, colorful look. I don't have any of those colors, so I buy a palette with those colors. Oh, I really want to do a pink look, but I don't have a good range of pinks, so I buy a palette with a bunch of pinks. There are new makeup launches every single week, every single day, and nothing just stands out anymore. They all look the same, and they've all been done before. But with this is a makeup launch. Okay, enough talking, Sasha. Let's get into the video. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna start out with the color Eve, this purple right here, and I'm just gonna draw my crease a little higher than my actual crease. So like that. I hate doing this side because it never turns out like this side. My eye shapes are just not the same. Okay, I'm just gonna grab that same color and blend it out. Now I'm gonna take Dusk, this lighter purple, and just draw over that line I just did. Okay, I'm gonna take the same purple color and just blend it upwards. I'm gonna go in with Blackout, this black eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna draw a wing. I'm gonna kind of try to connect it, but just leave just a little space for that line right there. Okay, that black is not the blackest of blacks, but I mean, it's black. It's just not the blackest black I own. Okay, that black is coming out really patchy. I don't know if you could tell. Maybe this is the Morphe Jaclyn Vault collection. Oh, shade. Yeah, that black is really coming out patchy. I'm also gonna add that to the inner corner. I'm gonna go back in with Eve, the darker purple, and just blend that in beside the black. And we're just gonna leave the middle part open. Now we're gonna go in with this shimmer purple called Twilight. You could also go in with Moon Glow. This is a really pretty silver shimmer. Okay, so I tried both these shimmers and they do not pack on well at all. These are the type of shimmers where you need to use your finger or maybe even a setting spray. But these are just packing on really patchy. So yeah, just use your finger. Yeah, everything's just coming out really patchy. Okay, I'm gonna see if it works better if I spray it. Yeah, okay, none of that is working and is not blending well with that other purple. Okay, and now for the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with Dusk. And then just to darken it up, I'm gonna go in with Eve. And just for the outer third, I'm gonna go in with that black color and just like connect it to that one. Okay, so for the inner corner, I'm gonna go in with Smolder Cosmetics Moonstone. I'm not gonna wet it, I'm just gonna put it on dry. Okay, and for false lashes, I'm gonna go in with xoBeauty's Wanderlust. So I'm actually gonna do a nude lip today. Usually when I do crazy eyes, I also like doing crazy lips, but I want the focus to be on the eyes today. So I'm gonna go in with Dose of Colors No Shade and their lip gloss in Over the Top. Okay guys, so final thoughts. I think that both the matte purples were beautiful. They blended well, especially for purple. It's really hard to find a really good purple. The shimmers though, the shimmers do not stick to your lid. You cannot use a brush. You definitely have to use your finger. And even with that, there was a bit of a fallout, but I hate having to use my fingers for shimmers, especially if you're doing a detailed look and you want to get like really precise. and it won't show up when you use a brush. The black was really patchy. When I put it on, it was patchy, and every time I added another layer or filled in the gap of patch, it just got even worse, so I just stopped. And it's weird because their first palette, their quintessential palette, this black is really good, and all their shimmers blend perfectly on the lid, and you can use it with a brush, which is weird because the shimmers in here are perfect, the black is perfect, but in this palette it's not. It's patchy, it's hard to put on. I can't say anything for their other palettes because I haven't used them yet, but as far as this purple Paradise Fallen palette, that's what I'm noticing. I've never had to work this hard to put on eyeshadows. I had to try for so long to put on these shimmers, and same with the black. But like I said, these two matte purples are okay. They blend perfectly. So for $35, I'm not sure because they are an indie brand, so of course it's going to be a little more expensive. But I feel like this could have been a little bit better, especially for the price. Other than that, I do think this palette is beautiful. The packaging's beautiful. Yeah, I just wish these worked more, especially that black and these shimmers. This would have been perfect if the shimmers worked well with a brush. You know, I can live without a black. I have a lot of black eyeshadows, but it was just really hard to work with the shimmers. You know what? I changed my mind. I do want a bright lip. I'm going to be using Beauty Bakerie's Raspberry Tiramisu. Okay, there's no turning back now because once these Beauty Bakerie lip whips are on, you're never gonna get them off. Okay, now I'm done. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.